Alright guys, here is my slide out mechanism here. You can see the motor here. The motor's new, but you can see that this brown shaft right here comes across. Now I took the guards off. You see the metal, these sheet metal things go over it. And I was checking the gears in here, and everything looks good. The one thing I noticed is there's a pin here, and this, look how long this bolt is, and I see up on top here there's it's like digging into the wood. Now unfortunately I don't have anybody to run the slide. I think I can bypass the wires though, is what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to jump the motor maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm going to shorten this bolt because this whole thing turns and it's definitely hitting the top of the floor here, the top of the compartment. So whoever put this bolt in is way too big. But because of that, I'm thinking it might have sheared this pin off here. Other than that, everything looks good. Even the rollers right there, they all look good. Everything, you know, imagine because of that it's out of alignment, so I'll have to adjust the slide. But let me start by replacing this bolt and checking it out and seeing what the deal is. Alright guys, well, now I don't know if I can orientate this a little better. Here's my side compartments here, and up here this is your, you know, your gear shaft, I guess, your drive shaft. This here, I took the bolt out. I did get another bolt, okay, but that wasn't the problem. If you look right in here, let me see if I can focus a little bit better. Right there, the pin is broken off of this main gear right here. Now it's not really, doesn't seem like it's really a big job, more than a pain in the ass. I had to drop down the whole slide mechanism here just by these bolts right here. Just loosen them down, let it drop down a little bit. That gives me enough room to move this over off the track so that I can spin it. Now what I think I'm going to do is take this pin out right here and try to slide the whole thing back. If not, I'm just going to drive that broken pin out and line it back up and put a new pin in. I think that's going to be the fix to the problem. Funny thing is though, I believe it's the same on the other side. I think I'm gonna have to do both sides on this. There's my generator, guys, just to give you an idea. This is a 2000 Vacationer Ford F53. This is the Power Gear Lippert, not sure exactly, slide, Lippert, I don't know. You'd have to look it up, but it's Power Gear. You can see right there, and if you look all the way in the back, there is a part number on that yellow sticker. I just can't read it from this angle, but there is one on the motor. So I don't know if that makes a difference or if that helps you. Maybe I can get the information off and put it in the link below or in the description. All right, let me see if I can drive this broken pin out. All right, guys. Well, a weekend off, I went and got propane, and it turns into slide repair. Now what looks like is going on here, as as we discussed earlier, both gear assemblies, the shear pin, the spring pin that holds this on the shaft there, both of them I believe are broken on both sides. And the only thing that was opening and closing the slide was those pins binding up, or the pieces inside there binding up on the shaft. You can actually see right here where it's rough from binding up. So I got some pins. Just so happens I had the pins in the toolbox. They were actually in the rig when I bought it, and I said, oh, these probably go to something, and somebody got them as spares, so I better hold on to them. So let's see if they're the right ones. All right, the pins that are here are 1.5 inches, and it looks like I'm probably be better off with an 1 3/4 or even a 2-inch pin. I'm not sure. Is a quarter enough? Yeah, about a quarter of an inch on each side, good enough? I don't know. Do I put the 1.5 inches in, or do I go on over to Home Depot? Probably just use these. I think a quarter of an inch. I mean, I don't think you'll gain anything by making it longer. Alright, let's put it back together. Pin was sticking in just a little too far, couldn't get it on the shaft. I'll line everything back up. Got the other roller wheels. These things are only plastic. Kind of weird, huh? I think they'd be aluminum or something, but alright, there you have it. We're all the way in. Now we'll put this other pin that I took out. You probably could use a cotter pin, but I have this other pin, gonna go right in this hole right here, and then we can reattach and tighten everything down. Of course, I'm gonna wait until I do the other side so that I can realign the slide and make sure that it's opening and closing evenly, because I have a feeling that it broke one time and they fixed it without realigning it, and that would just put more and more stress on these gears here. You want the slide to come in even. You want it to be, within a 1/2 inch of each side. So we'll do that after I do the other side. All right, so this side, I think we have the same problem here with this gear right here. So we're going to start by removing the drive shaft right here, and by taking this bolt, you might have a pin or something like that. We're going to take this one out. Then we're going to take this little pin out right here. All right, if you see, you got that bolt out. All you have to do is slide that out. See that? These are telescopic, which is very nice. So definitely a nice feature to make it easier to work on. You just slide it out of the way and drop it. Now this mechanism is free from the motor and the other assembly as well. Now we'll take this pin out here and we'll loosen these large bolts so we can drop it down just enough to free up this cog wheel here. I guess it's called a cog wheel, pinion gear, rack. I don't know, technical terms. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I only play one on YouTube. All right, let me show you why I know it's see how that shaft, the horizontal part there, is moving and the gear is not. That tells me that the pin going into this gear is not working. So basically both of these pins were sheared off, probably because they haven't been maintained. I mean, I lubed them a little bit, but I've never really spent a lot of time on the slide. But we'll see. We'll lube it up really good when I'm done and operate it back and forth a few times, align it, and we'll see what happens. At least I know if it happens again, I know exactly what the problem is. And it's a fairly easy fix. You know, people, you got to learn to do some things yourself. This could be, I bet you this is a $1,000 job. Take it to any RV place. They'll charge you $1,000. It seems like no matter where you go, what mechanic you go to, you never get out for much under $1,000. So by spending the day here, it's a beautiful day. I'm at the shop parking lot, enjoying the day, having coffee, and just puttering around with this. We'll fix it. Now that we took that pin out, we should be able to just tap this. Catching somewhere. you know, we're catching on the gear itself. You know, when you got that piece of pin still stuck in there, it can be kind of a pain to get out. There we go. So now you see your wheels will turn, your cog will turn, and that's not supposed to turn. This right here is not supposed to turn. Now what we'll do is we'll drive the new one in, and hopefully that will drive out the old one from the back side. I'm going to try to not take this one completely apart. The reason why I took the other one apart was just to measure the size of the pin I needed and see what I had. But I think I can go right in through here and just drive a pin straight through. At least I think so. We'll give it a shot. All right. Now you can see it's locked in nice. Pin over here is back in. The only thing I had to do is reattach the drive shaft. But what we want to do is align the slide first. Make sure that it's coming out evenly. And to do that, we'll open it about 3/4 of the way. And then we'll make adjustments. We'll just turn these before we attach the drive shafts until the measurement on the slide is correct. Now, it's very possible that the reason the slide broke those pins was an alignment issue. Okay, you want it to be the same distance on both sides. So I came over here, tape measure, and if you look, I'm right at 3 inches to the outside. Okay, we want the same on the other side. I know the dealership charges a lot of money to align your slides and fix slides. Now look at this, I'm over 1/4 of an inch off on this side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that adjustable wrench and we're going to move the gear for this side out a couple teeth and we'll measure it again. All right guys, so back underneath here, this is the side that was short. We're going to extend the slide out 1/4 of an inch. Now you see the gear is moving there. So just a little bit of a turn and we'll measure it again. We came out just a little too far, so we'll back it off just a little bit. You see there we're at 3 1/8. I'm going to make it as perfect as I can. All right guys, there you go. If you look on the outside edge, I'm right at 3 inches. Let's check the other side. Okay, there you have it guys. See where my finger is? That's 3 inches. And the other side, make sure that didn't move, because sometimes when you're moving one, you're moving the other just a little bit. And I am right on the money, 3 inches. Now we're gonna attach our drive shafts and open the slide. And then check the measurement. Okay, so here's the drive shaft. Now that we know, if you notice the holes are not lining up, but now that we know that our gears, our teeth are you know, the same, that we're aligned, we want to make sure that we don't turn them. So what we're going to do is instead of moving this, we're going to move just the drive shaft. I just got an adjustable wrench here. We're just going to move the motor until it lines up. Then we can put our drive shaft in. So that side is set. We'll put the new bolt that I made for this side with the nylon lock washer, and we'll put that in. I left the adjustable over there. Works. We're still a little off. We need to turn it a little bit more. And our holes are aligned. Now the bolts I'm using are 1/4-20 with nylon lock washers. Okay, now that the drive shaft's connected, we can move it. Now, if I want, we should be able to, the whole thing should move smoothly. Let me go in and hit that button and see what happens. All right, I'm still noticing a little jarring in the closed position. When it goes to close or open, it's cockeying a little bit. Not sure if that's just the gaskets, which are possible. I mean, the gaskets feel good. They're conditioned. I've already done it. But we're going to measure again this distance and see how we're looking. All right, on the back side of the slide from the molding there, we're at 14 1/4 in the center of the sheeting on the outside. 14 1/4. Okay, now on this side, look at this. That's not good. We're at 12 3/4, 12 5/8, 12 5/8 on this side. So as it stands right now, we're not even. So we're going to make another adjustment. I'm thinking, to tell you the truth, I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know why there would be a difference. All right, guys, so I opened the storage compartments again. Check it out. This drive shaft here just sheared the bolts. Sheared the nut right off. Not sure why. So let me realign it and get another bolt. All right, guys, well, I am not having fun here. I broke another bolt, and I don't understand why. I align it, seems like it's aligned, I push the button, and the slide automatically wants to go one way in or the other first. When I operate it by hand, it seems to be okay. I mean, it seems like nothing seems to be binding. It's got to be an alignment. I got to be doing something wrong. That's it. It's got to be something I'm doing wrong. Nope, keep trying.